Hey everyone, here we are, 8.5a, factoring x squared plus bx plus c, aka a quadratic trinomial with no a being the coefficient out in front, so a would be 1. Now factoring is pretty much the opposite of multiplying binomials. All right, so we're going to be undoing what we just learned how to do. Our product when we multiplied two binomials was, two binomials was a trinomial. So now we're going to kind of work with a trinomial and go backwards. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this. So here I have x plus 2 times x plus 5, and it equals x squared plus 7x plus 10. You learned multiple ways to do this previously. We could have used the FOIL. We could have distributed. We could have used an area model. All right, but like I said, let's take a closer look. See what I did there? Closer, got bigger. Okay, for real. Did it again. Okay, anyway. Um, what do you notice here about this? When you multiply these two, the constant term in the trinomial, this last term, is always going to be the product of what you are adding in the binomial. The two constants in the binomial. All right, that'll always be the end part, the C of the quadratic trinomial. All right, so think about that. Work backwards. If you just see this and you see, oh, this is a 10, what that means is the two numbers here have to multiply to get to 10. So that kind of limits the numbers that can go in our two binomials. Okay. So here's a brief explanation. I know there's arrows shooting everywhere. To factor a quadratic trinomial, x squared plus bx plus c, you must find two factors whose sum is b. They add up, whose sum is c. No, two factors of c, whose sum is b. They have to add up to the b term, but they multiply to get the c term. Okay, so let's look at this example. X squared plus 9x plus 18. I want to find two factors of 18. All right, factors of 18 that add up to 9. So my first one, I always pick what 18 and 1. 18 times 1 gives me 18, but if I add them, I get 19. No good. So other factors of 18. What about 9 times 2? Add them together, I get 11. Nope, no way. What about 6 and 3? 6 plus 3 is 9. Oh, yeah. So now what I do with that is I make one of the binomials x plus one of the factors 6, and the other binomial x plus the other factor 3. And this is the factored form of this. Meaning, if I were to start with multiply these two together, x plus 6 and x plus 3, make an area model over here and multiply, I would end up with this. But we are working backwards. All right, we are working backwards with this. So here's some more information. You're probably going to want to pause on the screen, jot some of this stuff down. When C is positive, again, C is going to be the constant. When your C is positive, its factors have the same sign, meaning they're both positive or could be both negative. The sign of B will tell you whether the factors are positive or negative. When B is positive, that middle term is positive, the factors are also positive. And if B is negative, then the factors are both going to be negative. Okay? Let's look at an example of this. So here I have x squared plus 6x plus 5. My C is positive, so that tells me my two factors also will be the same sign. Now I look at this sign, that's positive, so they're both going to be positive. So now what I have to do is look at this 5. What are two factors of 5, meaning that multiply together to get me 5, but add to get 6? Well, my only factors are really just 5 and 1. 5 times 1 is 5, and 5 plus 1 is 6. That's exactly what I want. So my factored form is just going to be x plus 5, x plus 1. this is going to be our solution here. This is what we're looking for as the solution, the factored form. Let's look at another one. Here, my C again is positive, plus, and my B is also positive. So both of these will be positive. All right, so what factors of 9 add to get 6 and then factor it? What do you think? Hopefully you got that. That was also a perfect square trinomial, by the way, one of the special cases. All right, here we have an example. So here I have a positive 15, so that means both of my factors are going to be the same sign. But here I have a minus 8. What that means is that both of my factors are going to be negative, meaning what two numbers multiply together to get positive 15, but if I add them, I get negative 8. So really, you can forget about the negative, but what two factors multiply together to get 15 and add to get 8? Well, negative 5 and negative 3. If I multiply them, I get 15. Negative times negative gives me a positive. If I add them, negative 5 plus negative 3 is negative 8. So the factored form of this one would be a little bit different. X minus 5 and then x minus 3. Notice they're still both the same sign. Okay. Here, both a positive C, a negative B. So here I know my factored form is going to look something like this. I'll tell you right off the bat, it's going to look something like that. All right, so now I want you to find what two factors multiply together to get positive 40, but add to get negative 13. Hopefully you got that. And we're going to stop there for now for this video. All right, the next part will kind of continue on, but until then, keep on watching.